a wee bit loud.
Yep.
Okay, delete file. Can I do that? Yes, I can. There we go. This will just take a second. I'm going to save a few things here. Key bindings must be unique. What the hell are you talking about?
Wolf reading. What?
Ah, there we go. Alright, let's see if this works. Yeah, custom. Shit, I know I've got this saved somewhere. Ah, here we go. The land of derp. Bomar throw football. Bomar Ed gives stick. Stick hurts things. Earlier this year, I did a couple of instructionals on how to make a quest in Zelda Classic. I posted them on the Lord Cat forums, and you can watch these videos on Twitch. This was the quest that I ultimately built. What? When Bomar crafted enough bread, he crafted this great island. Presumably, he crafted the island with baked bread. No, I'm not Zelda, dumbass. I apologize for the beep beep beep. It's because I'm about dead. That should solve it right there.
Want to take this milk out?
Yeah.
Everything's fine. No need to panic. Oh wait, he's about to die. Okay, panic.
That's a custom request on Zelda
Level
Classic.
1, Jim J. Bullock.
You haven't noticed anything, have you?
Yes, I did actually put the ring back on.
You know, I made this. This was the quest that I built while doing instructionals for how to make a Zelda Classic map.
When I was down at the shops, the Coke bottles and stuff. It's for Christmas.
Oh, no, I remember.
Uh,
One shut front door.
Yeah, Zelda Classic is probably one of the oldest PC games that you can get that's free. This was made back in 2001, I believe. Yay, I got bums. Oh hi, we sell hearts, lol. And what I bought, by the way, is a special ring that you can only get in Zelda Classic. It's a golden ring. The other thing I bought was a mirror shield. This might take a minute or two. That was the initial plan, Superbo. I put this in place as a as sort of a debug, mostly so you can see the rest of the game, which is good because at some parts of the game that I will admit I went a little bit crazy, which you will see in a little bit. First boss, 5 Ganons at once. That's actually impossible to do. And yes, I've tried. However, there is a thing where you can put together a really, really nasty Gleeok. And here's the thing about that. Every screen has a limit of 10 enemies that you can place. You can actually place 10 four-headed Gleeoks in one room. All I have to say is do the math. And you got yourself one hell of a busy encounter. God ain't here, boy. That's why it kind of helps to have the gold ring as well as full health. And the mirror shield kind of helps, but not really. Trying to remember, is that the maximum amount of hearts I can get, or can I get a couple more? Nope, I can get a couple more. Kind of helps to have a couple more dollars. I am kind of shocked, Mios. You thought Jason made this? Bomar hate pointy stick. Bomar just want to bake bread. Fair enough. Now that I am fully powered up, let's go ahead and take on this first dungeon. Which, ironically, has no music whatsoever. That was one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to give it music.
What's Teresa mean?
Teresa. Terrible.
Well, French god. Something to...
What do you mean, why is it so green? Pineapples. No, Superbo was the one that liked green. Because levels 3 and 5 were green? It's another exclusive item you can get, the Fire Boomerang. This is what the mirror shield does, by the way. It reflects all statue fire. I for one love the color green. I think it was this one. Yeah. It's another exclusive item, the longbow. The longbow and the golden arrow. I can just imagine the chat room's reaction to this. Superbo's like, the fuck? Yeah, I've got candle. Candle burns things. By the way, just pushing a block and making a staircase appear and not turning the entire floor into black pits, that was tough to do. Door spits out candle, what the hell? Level 2, Shadow Stevens. I don't know why there's a different status bar at the top of the screen. I forgot to check something on it. Forgot to check a couple of flags, I guess. Eventually you'll get the joke. At least I'm hoping you'll get the joke. But yeah, the first one was named Jim J. Bullock, and this one is named Shadow Stevens. So I figure eventually the joke will emerge. By the way, if you haven't noticed already, the sounds are from the Famicom version of The Legend of Zelda. Obviously, they sound different. wasn't there a hidden staircase here? Yes, there we go. The everything is all right. Everything is all right. Beep beep has a tummy ache. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, that's a wizard that in fact spits out bats. Yeah, I definitely would not want to recommend adding this kind of wizard if you really don't want to frustrate your players. Okay. What happened to the 10 enemies on the screen rule? um, Technically there was only 10 enemies on the screen. It's just that the bat wizard can spew out bats. It's sort of a workaround to the 10 enemy rule. You can only place 10 enemies, but if they create more, then you can make more enemies appear on screen. Was it this way? Yes, it was. Okay. My God, hidden passageways. I'm not necessarily a cruel game designer. It's just when I was designing this dungeon, I was streaming it and showing everybody all the nicer features of the quest editor. Like for example, you can put this room together. Why flute tooth? That's how you get that's how you got these guys to split into several different ones to kill them, to be able to kill them. Flute only makes things worse. Eh, Not necessarily. In the original Zelda, you toot the whistle and it only makes 3 of those guys come up. Sometimes only 1 if you're lucky. Yeah, the NES version, they different. Let's see, the NES version was released about a year after the Famicom version. Which, by the way, the Famicom disc, which... Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause for a second. Thank God the game doesn't crash when you pause it. I'll pause it for a second and show you something real quick, because I'm really proud of this. Hey, Chadron. I know I got it sitting here somewhere. Underneath the desk. Here we go. That is, in fact, The Legend of Zelda on the Famicom. Here we go. Yep, that would indeed be Zelda on the disc. And when I looked through the manual, I was pretty much expecting a lot of Japanese. However, what I was not expecting was the enemies' names are still in English, and they are the same as in the NES game. Like, for example, the skeletons are still called Stalfos, the dragons are still called Gleeoks and Aquamentuses, Digdoggers, likes. It's all written in English, but the manual is mostly in Japanese. Getting comfy. By the way, the other games I had in that stack were Pro Wrestling, Metroid, Super Mario 2, and Zelda 2, respectively. Headphones make me look bald. That's because I kind of am bald. I didn't exactly age well. Uh-oh. I left it out in the sun. It's melting. The game is melting.
How many people have I got to fucking kill? I've got to kill 5 people in 4 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. Good luck with that.
And this is like walking up to a machine, walk away, and you know how messy that can get, and slow.
Yeah.
Say, well, now done.
She's got to, in Assassin's Creed, she's got to kill about 5 people in 4 minutes.
Basically, in Assassin's Creed, you can get people who are part of the Brotherhood who have tasks for you to do, and they'll give you extra information. Some of them is like capturing flag. You basically got to run around getting flags within like 2 minutes. Some of them, they've accidentally messed up an assassination job and they've got like 2 or 3 people after them and you've got to kill them within a certain amount of time. And you can't just do it out in the open, you literally have to find the targets, go up to hidden blade them and walk away. But if you run, you'll get caught and the mission will be over. So yeah, you've got to be careful. And I've got to kill 5 people in 4 minutes. Sounds easy, but when you blend, you walk really slow. Part of the challenge. Oh.
Evidently, Link did take the red pill while I was looking away. So let's see, I've got the Master Sword, the Fire Boomerang, the bombs, Golden Arrow, Longbow, Red Candle, and the Whistle. I think I'm supposed to use the Whistle next. I think. Notice that the wizards are spewing out whirlwinds. Take a wild guess what happens. Actually, I'll let him do that. Easy warp to the first part of the game. Ow, that like hurts and stuff. For those that weren't watching before, I will do this again. When Bomar baked enough bread, he crafted this great island. Presumably, he crafted the island with baked bread.
Oh wow.
No, I'm not Zelda, dumbass. I'm really proud of that one. Evidently, I've got to come back to him with something. Also, as a method of easily racking up cash, I turned on a feature that respawns the enemies immediately after you leave the screen. I mean, that was the whole purpose, to help you rack up cash. You may have noticed that there are, in fact, more enemies on the screen. This was another workaround. You can turn on the Zora flag for if you have water on your screen. And that, in turn, is a way to spawn an 11th enemy on the map. Okay, let's do this. Level 3, Joan Rivers. Are you sensing a pattern yet? Yeah, this map is more of an endurance round than anything else. I wanted to make sure the enemies were a little more simpler to deal with, so you could pass through the level quickly, but at the same time provide a challenge. Yep, those are in fact Octoroks that spew out bombs. Push to the right, but beware as awaits a horrific sight. Chat room? It's actually a question to the chat room. What would you suppose I put in the next room? Go ahead and guess.
I do not know.
Super goes, as long as it's not Goatsy.
Super bow. Lightweight.
Goatsy has now become lightweight, oddly enough.
Yeah. Mr. Hands. Now that's something you wouldn't want to see.
Blue Waffle. No, it's not Blue Waffle.
Oh, no.
Fire Nipple Nude Pics. You can't really squeeze a JPEG into this game, sadly enough. You know what? Let's do this. This will horrify you.
Was it hell in Zelda?
Huh?
Needs more on patchy.
And what's really sad is that this is actually optional. There goes that beeping again.
Bees!
My God.
Don't tell me you tried importing the Hibachi sprite.
No. Oh. Forgot. I forgot that I had sound turned on for the Lord Cat stream. Forgot to turn that off. Silly me. I'm surprised nobody crapped their pants at the idea of a Dark Knight that splits off into 5 blue ones. Let's see, do I have to fight all of them again? No, I don't. Yay, I've got a wand. Imagine a whole room with nothing but likes, whiz robes, and wall masters. I've considered the likes kind of dickish. Yeah, notice that I don't have a key to that room. Did you remember to push the wall next to the whistle? Hint, hint. And there's the key that was for that room that I just passed. And one thing you may have noticed, all the rooms shut behind me. I can't go back. Which means, that's right folks, you go a second lap around the dungeon. The steak. And I now have infinite bombs, I think. Was it infinite bombs? No, it's infinite rupees, my bad. Infinite rupees meaning I can shoot my arrow as much as I want. Something else I failed to mention. It's actually the sword stabbing motion from the second Zelda game. Or sound effects, I mean. Also, something I failed to mention, there's actually a fourth type of Octorok that spews out magic instead of rocks or bombs or fire. See, now I can go down. The power bracelet. And what's this? A Triforce piece? Yeah, a Triforce piece. Have you guys figured it out yet?
Nope, Chuck Tester. Ah.
But But yeah, do you remember what that one girl said earlier? She said, and I quote, "Did you remember to push the wall next to the whistle?" Meaning you gotta go back to level 2. It's a fun little trick. I don't know if you've done that before in the original Zelda, but it's fun, isn't it? And this is the wonders of the fire boomerang. It can actually damage lesser monsters. See, here's what that woman meant. This is where you get the whistle. And she says to push the wall. Haha! Fake wall. I don't know why, but for some reason when I was growing up, I always called these things sandwich monsters. Now I has infinite bombs. Evidently, she wants something to eat. I made sure to make the levels rather simple. You may have noticed that. Where exactly could this one door lead to? One would wonder. Well, worry no more. Yeah. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a tarp. I never quite figured out how to get around this bug. I was wanting to put it to where you would wind up outside level 1 and you would have to go through level 2 again just to get back to this point because there's another door. And it takes you back to level 2 with the boss of level 2. Silence. Like when the whale swallowed Jonah. Could the original NES even support that many sprites on screen? I doubt it. See, now I have... Now that I have infinite rupees, let's figure out what the hell this woman was looking for me to say. Or looking to say. Oh. I forgot to implement the other two. What the hell? Okay. Let's just make sure here. Yeah, I forgot to put the other two sayings. I think I fucked up. Also, I gotta check something. I think I forgot something in level 1. This will take just a moment. Silence all but the quiet weeping. Yes, I knew it. I knew I forgot something.
Sorry, that's funny as hell. Demons with black crosses on. You're gonna have to tell them to leave me alone. And immediately
Oh yeah, Onyx. Random some votes.
to do what?
Lend him some votes.
Some what?
Some votes.
I already did. Well,
I got a letter.
that I
Hmm? I'd say it's best you give the message to him yourself.
Hey, John, are you looking at the stream?
No, I'm not.
I'm really proud of this one.
I'll just say you've already done so.
yeah.
Liquid crack isn't hair?
Ah, shit.
And now for the last one. Level 4, Richard Simmons. Yep, the ongoing gag throughout the level names are in fact that each of the 4 people involved were part of Hollywood Squares. Jim J. Bullock, Shadow Stevens, Joan Rivers, Richard Simmons. There you go. At this point in the game, you are essentially rape on toast, as our friend Lord Cat would say. I mean, think about it. You got infinite arrows. You have the most powerful arrows. You have the most powerful armor. You have the most powerful sword. You have full health. What could possibly screw all this up? There is one thing that could probably screw everything up. I put all the strongest and nastiest monsters in this dungeon. Now, if you're lucky, you could get your health back. But this is a nasty dungeon. Sorry, John.
That's alright.
The chat room has lost its mind.
Stay.
Make the bad sound stop. Oh, I'm trying to, but these guys will not die. There's a reason I didn't bother putting these guys in the game all that much, because they do tend to troll you an awful lot.
This sounds like the worst dubstep I've ever heard.
That's it. sounds like Godzilla having sex.
Godzilla having sex.
That's actually the sound
what?
Ganon makes in the original game. Round 2. Oh, I gotta mention, this room alone, it took me about 10 minutes to put all the tiles together, just to give it that rainbow appearance. Those that are still watching, your thoughts? Your thoughts on this map? I like the green part. My ears are upset. I'm sorry, Hecka. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down, just to help alleviate the sound. Oh God, these gray wizards. These gray ones are a pain in the ass. Do you remember? Do you remember the wizard in the second Zelda game? The one that you can only kill by reflecting its magic?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, there's this new gray Wizrobe enemy in Zelda Classic that you can only kill it by having the mirror shield. You can only kill it by reflecting its magic.
The road to hell is clearly paved with ear rape.
Some would say good intentions. Should I use the liquid crack?
They got him while they were my assassination target and I ended up assassinating them instead.
May as well use the liquid crack.
Now just getting ridiculous. I can't even walk around without realising killing them.
There is a good chance you will burn your health potion in this room alone, just with the Death Knights that split off into two blue ones. I might have to use another health potion. Not quite sure. Rupees do not help me in terms of health. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the other health potion. Yay! I apologize for the immense rape with the kilobits in that last fight. I sort of glanced over at XSplit and it shot up to like 1 megabit per second. I mean, shit, even Mega Man 2 won't do that.
I didn't try to fucking kill you, Jesus! Stupid fucking beggar pushed me into a set of Frenchies and now they want to kill me. All else I did was object. She pushed me into that finally to that.
Who's on the stream besides me? That would be John and Don.
How?
Hi. I'm playing Assassin's Creed. I'm in the 5th sequence.
Yeah, Beggar's pissing her off.
Yeah, they're messing up my assassinations. As are the crazy drunks that sound like Reese.
Ah, hello.
Hello!
Pineapple scrunchy in chat.
But yeah, the crazies and drunks for some reason sound like Reese. Like when
Oh, the retardo voice?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only
Like
difference
that.
is they actually walk up to you and start fights with you and punch you and shit.